Thank you, Richie. Thank you so much. Yes, Richie and I are fellow transit cops. I signed up in 1986. What year, sir? 1990. And I want to thank Richie for his service. Allison, thank you. She was my boss. And once again, in January, she will be, because Lieutenant Governor is the head of the Senate. Yes. So I have a stump speech, but today I sometimes think about taking that little stump speech in my head and then just throw it away and just speaking from the heart. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. And if my buddy George is watching, he's having a stroke right now, because he hates when I do that. But Allison and Michael, they spoke about crime, and that's part of my stump speech. So we know what we have to do. When I retired in 2017, I did it to take a more active role in my children's education. And it was in a school right up the block, Christopher McAuliffe Middle School 187, one of the best schools in the state of New York. And halfway through being the PTA president, the former mayor and the former chancellor decided that they were going to put policies into place that were going to hurt the children that I represented. And I couldn't let that happen. Because they came to me, the parents and the families, and they said, Vito, Mr. LaBella, what can we do? And I said, I don't know what we can do. I thought I was going to sell brownies. I didn't expect to do anything. But very soon after that, we held a press conference. Soon after that, we marched over the Brooklyn Bridge. Soon after that, we staged rallies, and I spoke in front of the Senate, and I spoke in front of the Assembly, and I spoke in front of the City Council, and I formed an organization called Place New York City that advocates for accelerated education for all. And I twice ran and was elected on the Community Education Council of District 20, which is like a school board. So that's what I did. And this is where I'm going to get off script, because when I fought along with the Chinese community, because the Chinese kids were the most impacted, I was accused of being a racist. The Republican Party is often accused of being a racist or some ick, whatever you want to call it, transphobic, homophobic, whatever it is. But we are not.
Correct.
We are not. And you know what? They had a stage the rally thing yesterday, and I believe in the comments they talked about the Republican Party and how we are so divisive. Well, guess they haven't looked at the lineup here in this state and in South Brooklyn, and you know what? That scares the heck out of them. Because when they can't call us racist or homophobic or this or that, then they have to talk about their policies.
Yes, exactly.
And they don't want to do that.
Exactly.
They don't want to do that at all. And I'm going to do it very short, and I'm going to explain to you why Republican conservative policies are going to help the very children that need it the most over Democrat progressive policies. So there is a school, Arts Off 3rd on 16th Street and 3rd Avenue. And it was always supposed to be a district-wide school where you auditioned for theater and music and art. And the former mayor and the former chancellor said, no, we don't want to screen schools. Imagine we don't want to audition for music. We don't want to audition for singing or dance. Made no sense. But we were able to get that repealed with the new mayor, thankfully. And there was outrage in the community. There was outrage in the community because it was said that this was horribly offensive to our Hispanic families in Sunset Park because we're taking away seats by having an audition. I mean, just on the face of it, how offensive is that they would think that these children couldn't compete? And I'm only going to get in the weeds a little bit. Simultaneously, they passed the class size matter bills, which is such a flawed bill that brings the class size from 33 to 25 approximately. Now, if they accuse me, and by extension the other people who feel that auditions are important, studying is important, they accuse me of being racist or elitist, well, why don't we legislate policies that try to help the children who need it the most compete? So instead of a class size matter bill, it's not going to help anybody. Let's do something like have a seat in summer school for every single kid who needs it. Let's have a seat than an after-school program, so that these kids who maybe can't afford a music lesson or a singing lesson can do it within the school system. They don't like that because that may, annoy their union masters. And that's what we're fighting against. We are going to stand up to the one-party Democrat rule, all of us. And we're going to do it community by community. I'm going through District 17 with my friend Dimitri and my friend Lester, and we're meeting people from all over the world. And every time I go into another community, I went to a Bangladeshi community, I went to a Uzbekistani community, I went to a Pakistani community, I went to an Arabic community. And every time we talk to them, they say, wow, Republicans have never spoken to us. Well, not only am I here now, but this is just the beginning of this conversation, and whatever happens for my candidacy in November, I swear I'm going to make this my mission to go to every part of this city and reach out so they never can say, that the Democrats can never say that we don't do that, because we love everybody, and together we're going to fix this. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Vito LaBella, New York State Senate.